What's going on, Wolfpack? It's the Alpha Wolf. Wanted to talk to you all really briefly about a few things. Intermittent fasting, high volume training, and what I'm eating today. So that all comes together into this. Yesterday I went to the gym. I had a crazy high volume session. Now I did chest and back, heavy bench press, 225. My strength is kind of waning because of the fact that I am low calorie. So I was managing to get out 6 reps per set. I had about 6 sets of that. Pretty solid bench press workout. Now I switched over immediately to the back. I like to do what I call the wolf pulls, where I made a video about that. Check the videos below and you're gonna see that video. Forgot what I titled it, but you'll see it. So anyway, the wolf pulls where I pull the weight down like this with the straight bar and I pull it to my pelvis. Now some people like to bend over forward and pull it down. I like to stand up straight. I feel it's more effective for me when you're hitting that center part of your back. That's a real problem place for a lot of people to hit. So that's going to hit that amazingly. So give that a try. Check out that video. Also, I immediately went over and did some lat pull downs. I did about 6 sets of that. Medium-ish weight, high volume, because I am trying to burn the fat. So I want to keep the weight low and the reps high. So that way my heart rate stays up throughout the workout. Immediately after that, I went over and I hit the standing dumbbell curls. Now I hit a tri-superset, which meaning I started out with the side laterals. Then I did the supinated grip. Wow, the low carbs is getting me right now. the bicep curls, that's what they're called. These are curls. All right. So I did those. Then immediately I switched over to the hammer curl. So I just a quick twist of the wrist, a flick of that wrist, and then immediately you go right into the hammer curls. Now the cool thing about that is when you get fatigued and you're like at your 12th or whatever final rep on the set that you're on with the bicep curls, turn your wrist and then try to pump out a few more curls. You're going to be able to notice that your outer head of the bicep isn't as fatigued as the inner head. There are 2 heads to the bicep. So the outer head is still going to have a little more energy for you to pump out maybe 6, maybe 7 more reps, all depending on how tired you are and if you're high volume or low volume. So pretty much yesterday was a high volume day. The weight, I used about 25 pounds on all those exercises, 25. Then I immediately switched over. And then I went over and I did a few more of those wolf pulls because like I said, I like the way it hits the inner part of the back. The only thing about that exercise is like most back exercises, it doesn't affect your biceps. But it does slightly affect your triceps, but it's not a tricep workout. It's just for some reason that motion of pulling down, it activates the triceps. So it's a good exercise just for pretty much an overall burn, but it's also great for putting on that mass when you want to, really go heavy, like 50, 60 pounds. Just bring that down, you'll feel it right there in the center of your back. I guarantee you the next day you're going to be like, fuck. But anyway, so like I said, I'm going to be intermittent fasting. The last meal I ate was, I think, yesterday around 10 p.m. It's now 5 p.m. the day after. Just drank a ton of water, a ton of cold water, kept me going. And plus, another thing to keep your focus off of the hunger is like, once you've done intermittent fasting and you're dieting for a while, you tend to get past the headaches. Now, the only thing you got to get past is the stomach pains. That's where the cold water comes in. So, and keep yourself busy. Like I've been working on a few client intros today. And when you're doing something like that, time flies by. Some people like to play Xbox. Some people like to do whatever. But when your mind is focused on something else, the time passes by. Next thing you know, you look up, 2-3 hours went by. So right now it's 5 p.m. I'm going to run to the gym again. Get in a pretty light workout, lightweight. Just to get that burn going, get on the treadmill. Again, last night I forgot to add that in. I also did some treadmill work. The first session on the treadmill, I went for 27 minutes and I ran out of water. So I jumped off the machine, went to the water fountain, came back, hit the wrong button, reset the whole grid. So I went for another 8 minutes after that. So a pretty intense cardio session. So another thing, when you implement all these different functions into your diet, you can then, be a little more lenient. Now, I don't do this every day. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to KFC. I saw they had that new, I think it's Louisiana chicken. I'm going to try that. It looks pretty good. I figure, what the hell. I'm going to work out again hard tonight. I worked out hard yesterday. But when you implement those different tactics, the high volume training, the cardio, the intermittent fasting, all those tools give you a little bit of leeway. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to go get a piece of chocolate cake and a bowl of ice cream after, and then, you know, throw in a big glass of soda. You got to be, what's the word, sparing when it comes to these type of things. The chicken is one thing. I'll count the macros on that. It's going to be around 700 and something calories for pretty much 2 pieces of chicken. I'm not going to get the wedges. That's when the sacrifice comes in. I talk about that a lot. I'm not going to get the wedges. I'm not going to get all these other things. I'm just going to keep it strictly chicken. Probably come home, give me a glass of green tea or chamomile tea since it's late. Get back on some graphics. And, you know, that's pretty much the day. Another gym session. A really good solid meal because, you know, you can't. I mean, you can go every day eating the chicken breast and broccoli, the chicken and rice. But sometimes, you know, we're human. We want to put things into our diet that are tasty. So when you find yourself craving something more than just the normal chicken breast and broccoli, go ahead and give yourself a treat, you know. So I'm figuring today I'm going to go ahead and get a few pieces of chicken and, you know, have a good evening. So with all that said, people, get to the gym, do work, and muscle up.